Welcome to the ABQ Accent, where catalysts, innovators, and risk takers share what their accent is on their work. Like a spoken accent, we all have an inflection or emphasis on where we put our energy. Join us to learn how these folks are putting their accents to work, building their vision of the future, and how you can get involved. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the ABQ Accent Podcast. I'm Mariah Harrison, your host, and I'm here with Jenna Stanton, one of my colleagues here at the city. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. And more to come of the pleasure that it is to be with you, Jenna. You're such a sweetheart. My other colleagues in our office talk about how sweet you are. Happy to have you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I appreciate them.
Sure.
And you.
Thank you. So we're having you on as part of a larger series of how we can be better educating, raising awareness about the volunteer opportunities with the city. And you specifically are under the the Department of Senior Affairs. Mm-hmm. And you, you've been here, what was it? Did we decide 6 years?
Since 2018.
2018. 8 years.
Yeah.
This is 2026.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. It's actually helpful to think about it in those terms for me, because I've also been here for 6 years. And in that time that I came on during the pandemic, I got to know people through the email. Mm-hmm. And now I get to meet so many more people that I've been emailing with over the years in person. So
it's nice to be face to face.
Yeah, a little bit helps. Anyway, so my guest, Jenna Stanton, is the Case Management Coordinator for the Senior Companion Program, which is one of several volunteer opportunities in senior affairs. Mm-hmm. And we'll get to that, but a little bit about you, and when I'm done, I'd love for you to sort of fill in the gaps. Okay. Number one, love that you spent some high school in New Mexico, that you graduated with your bachelor's in communications from UNM, so you're a fellow Lobo.
Yes.
You got your early childhood and multicultural education certificate at CNM, mm-hmm. right?
Correct, yeah.
But ultimately, the big picture is that you grew up as an Air Force brat.
Yes,
and
I did.
You clarified for me you were born in New York. You've lived in Virginia, you lived in California, there's New Mexico in there.
Yes, moved 11 times in 9 different states.
That sounds like it tracks.
Yeah.
For that kind of lifestyle. Because both your parents were service members, your dad for a very long time, right?
Yes, both of them were. My mom and dad both served.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful. At Kirtland, no less, specifically New Mexico, right?
Correct, yeah, Kirtland Air Force Base.
And so what I also want to say about that is a service-oriented family. And as a time traveling around and changing circumstances so much, you learn to become a networker.
Yes.
And you're using it today in your work to do so.
Yes, you have to really learn to adapt and network with people to
build relationships.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Not just make friends, because I really feel like you see a deeper piece of the networking.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay. And again, I'd like to get a little bit more into that, because I think it's sort of a special piece about your accent on your work. And what I mean by the podcast is what people bring to the work and why they do what they do. Mm-hmm. So let's see, you worked as an educational assistant with APS for just over 10 years before you came to the city.
Yes.
And you started at the city, as you mentioned, in 2018, where you found essentially your purpose, which is a way to make the lives of other people better.
Correct.
Through the Department of Senior Affairs. And so even though you started as an office assistant, you saw opportunities to grow with the city.
Yes.
And you hold the position that you do right now because you not only advocated for that position through the course of understanding the program, but eventually grew into that role. And if I may say so, it fits you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So tell me more. Where are we with what's happening with... Okay, I think I mentioned earlier that I would get into it later, but let's get into it earlier. Think about the Department of Senior Affairs in the big picture. Mm-hmm. Like, if you could break it into chunks for people listening to understand the different volunteer programs.
Yes.
Where's yours fit in? Let's just start at the big picture.
So this Senior Companion Program is under AmeriCorps Seniors.
Right.
And so... Yes, my AmeriCorps Senior, so it's part of AmeriCorps Seniors. In our office, we have Senior Companion Program. We also have Foster Grandparents and RSVP, Retired and Senior Volunteer Program.
Okay.
And so, and then there's also VIA, which is the city volunteer for all ages. Yeah, Volunteers in Action. Yeah. And then also we have the Care Companion program, which is under the Senior Companion program as well. Okay. We have some of our senior companions that go and visit seniors who are in nursing homes and long-term care facilities, and they go and visit with them because not all of them have a lot of connection to the outside world or, you know, people that come and visit them very often. They get lonely. Right. So, yeah.
Yeah. That is a program that is separate from AmeriCorps.
Yes.
And I think for good reason. And I think Senior Affairs is doing their very best to reach the largest population they can, not only of need, but of varying need. So two things. I asked you to maybe fill in the gaps of what we were talking about for your background, how you came to the role. Those were my words about sort of filling in how you came to the role. So tell me more about that, and then talk specifically about the companion program.
Okay, so I came to the Senior Companion program after being in APS for 11 years. I enjoy serving people who that are in need. I like to have a sense of purpose, that I'm doing something good for others. And I felt like I did that in APS, but it was time to move on. So when I went looking for other jobs, I was looking for something else that I could help others in. And I applied for the Senior Companion program as the office assistant, and I really enjoyed being a part of that bigger purpose of seniors who they need visitors, they need helpers, they need peer friendship. And so our companion program is where seniors who are 55 and older go to visit other seniors who are homebound, isolated, need some help being connected to the outside world, getting connected to community resources, and maybe help going to get food boxes, you know, from different various programs, or just going to the grocery store. Maybe a trip to the pharmacy to pick up medications, stuff like that. But it's really, they build friendships during that time together. We've had some of our senior companions that are with their same client sometimes for 10 years or more. Wow. So they really, they visit once a week for the span of 4 hours. And, you know, anything as simple as sitting and having a cup of coffee with them in their own home, maybe watching a movie or playing games like Scrabble or Yahtzee, to going for a drive because they need to get out. Yeah. And a lot of them, you know, a lot of these seniors, they want to maintain their independence in their own home. And, you know, they either medically can't drive anymore, or they choose not to because they're not comfortable anymore, but they're not ready to go on to a long-term living facility yet. And these friendships that they make with our volunteers help to you know, help them stay in their own homes for a little bit longer.
It prolongs their health.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It really boosts their spirits, you know. So
that's beautiful. Yeah. I just have so many images because I have the privilege of seeing a little bit of the back end of this because I've met some of the companions through our own volunteer recognition program. And I know that you guys, when I say that, I mean Senior Affairs as a whole has an incredible recognition program for all of your volunteers, which are dozens.
Yes.
About how many companions do you have right now?
We have 13 right now.
That are serving one-on-one, right? 13 other?
Yes.
You also mentioned that there's a waiting list for seniors that want companions.
There is. We do have a waiting list, and right now all of our volunteers, their schedules are full. And so we're actively seeking more active seniors who would like to stay engaged and active in their community and help other seniors as well.
And that goes for the care program, the companion program, et cetera. Except for the VIA, which is all ages.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I'm also trying to get at is that I'm thinking back to last week when I got to meet, I'll just say his first name, Frank, who was honored as Volunteer of the Month, nominated by you. for his work as a senior companion, for which he's been doing 18 years.
Yes.
The man has been involved in other peers' lives,
Yes.
providing service for 18 years. And I'll tell you, he seems like, just the most easygoing, down-to-earth, friendly guy. And I think you have at least 13 Franks with you right now.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
That are wanting to be there for each other.
Yes, they really enjoy. They're all retired, and they have extra time that they would like to give, and it becomes a lot of who they are. Wanting to get out there and do some good and just stay active in the community. So
So they have a shared experience. It's like its own cohort of volunteers that have a unique life experience.
Yes.
Of being older adults working with peers. I keep coming back to what you said about the peer friendships, because it's not just that seniors need companions, but peers are a different level.
They are, yes.
Yeah.
And it's really important for them to have someone to talk to that isn't their family sometimes. We all need those friendships that we can, vent or, rejoice or, just talk to about everyday life, to someone who's roughly our age, that we have that freedom, and vulnerability to talk to.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
And so to go back a little to your role, and what I'm seeing is, we mentioned when we spoke recently, the overlap between the advocacy that you provided for the students when you were a teacher or an educational assistant, whatever role you were in, you were constantly advocating for the needs or individual needs of students, whether they were special needs or not, between the parents and the teachers.
Yes.
And now you're doing the same for seniors, advocating for them by training high quality volunteers to ensure that they have the resources to provide for those seniors.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. When it comes to both of those, the school age children and our senior population, they're both sets of people who they need a little help. They need, they can be vulnerable, and they need someone that they trust to help them access, services, etc. And so it means a lot to me to be able to have been able to help both populations. There is definitely some parallels between the two. And you just need trustworthy people. And for our seniors, the training that we require of them is they have to have, there's a couple of different background checks that they have to do. And then there's one-on-one shadowing that they have to do. I would not put a volunteer with any of our seniors in our community that I wouldn't have put with my own grandmother. And so that's important to me, that good people are placed because they're going into their homes. And they're taking care of them in the space where...
Talk about vulnerability.
Yes, exactly. They're the most vulnerable there. And so we, both the populations that I've served, they need to be protected, because they are so special to us in general.
So true. And I think that's maybe, if I may, part of your motivation. There's got to be... When you recognize the uniqueness of those populations or the unique needs, can you talk a little bit more about the brass tacks of the training of the volunteers? There's the one-on-ones, but what does it take to really sort of get a launch to make a match?
So what we do is we try to do like outreach opportunities, and that, we're trying many different ways to attract new volunteers. And so when one of them who has heard our information, whether it's from online or one of our outreach tables or whatever that we hold, they reach out to us, we send them an information sheet and a application. They fill that out and they read it, and if they decide, yes, I still want to do it, then we take that application, me and my supervisor read it over, we call them in for an interview.
Like a job.
And so we call them in for an interview, and let them ask us more questions. And then, we can tell them a little bit more about the program. It's more one-on-one, and personal. And it lets us get a good idea of who they are, and we get to hear more about their background. And they get to learn more about us, too, and more about the program. So then, we have them fill out the necessary paperwork. Then we send in, fill out and send in the background checks.
Yeah. Because to clarify or add that extra level, if I may, sorry.
Yeah.
That you're working with federal funding for the AmeriCorps Senior Companion Program.
Yes.
So it's not just a City of Albuquerque job.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah. So they come in, they have to get a fingerprinting background check, the city background check. There's some that are kind of wrapped into those. So there's multiple background checks, and they have to be willing to do that. And once that all clears, then we bring them in for extra training. And it's a couple days of training where we tell them the do's and the don'ts, kind of fill them in more. Because we're not just launching them out there with, launching them out there cold. Yeah. And so they learn, all about the program, the do's and don'ts, and some of the opportunities and things that they'll get to do. And then we have them do some shadowing hours. Yeah. And they do the shadowing hours, and then after that, with the matching, we match them. With a client that is within 5 to 10 miles of where they live. Okay. We try and match them, because they are driving their own vehicles. We provide supplemental insurance,
mileage reimbursement,
and $4 an hour tax-free stipend. Yeah. And so, we match them. We all go, it's like me, it's the client and the potential volunteer. They get to know each other more face to face, talk about what the client's needs will be, and, what the volunteer can do. Boundaries and everything like that. We do give the clients a list of things that are appropriate and inappropriate.
Just to have it said.
Yeah. Because, there's certain things that they may not know that they can't do. Yeah. They can't transport certain things like alcohol and cigarettes.
Good point.
Stuff like that.
Cigarettes since 2026?
Yeah. No cigarettes.
No shade.
Yeah. So, so they learn, what they can and can't do, and both parties are able to say yes or no. Yeah. It's not an automatic.
That's cool.
We have to make sure that they would get along and they're on the same page about things. Yeah. And
it's intentional. I mean, it's a relationship built to last, or intentional to last.
Exactly. We want to make sure their personalities jive.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then we agree on a once a week, consistent once a week visit. And they sign paperwork and everything that we keep on file, and they go and they visit them once a week. For the length of however long it's needed. Yeah.
I'm just the ease of maybe sitting down for a puzzle or a meal, and 4 hours, is that, you said it's only once a week?
Once a week, yeah.
It's for that chunk.
And I should say 2 to 4 hours, because we do have some client volunteers who only visit for a couple hours, because that's the duration of what their strength allows sometimes, so.
That's even me. Right now, I don't know if I'm going to hang out with anybody for more than 2 hours.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the clarification, because as we're talking about wanting to raise awareness for the opportunity, some of these brass tacks really matter as to whether or not people will apply.
Yes.
Yeah. And we'd rather have a larger pool of applicants, of people that are engaged and interested in supporting seniors, than not enough. So
yeah.
Good.
Yep.
There's so much beauty there, and there's so many more stories to tell. Can you maybe give me an example, besides Frank, of a partnership or maybe a match that you've seen that has just really been mutually supportive?
Oh, yeah. We've had a couple. One that I can think of is we have one of our volunteers who noticed that her client really needed a ramp installed in her home to ease her accessibility into her own home. And so she was able to connect her to the right resources within Senior Affairs, and one got installed.
Love it.
So, yeah. And then there's another one where we had matched them up together, and eventually my volunteer was able to help her get reconnected with family members and a good network, and actually helped her find a place to live that was closer, like just through investigating, like look, online searching and stuff like that, so that she was able to reconnect with the community, and she no longer needed the services of her senior companion because she was reconnected with family and friends that could do that role.
That's ideal.
Yeah.
Where possible. Yeah. And I think you also said that doesn't mean they need to leave their lives.
Right.
They don't have to serve that particular role.
Yeah.
Because those relationships are still so important.
Yeah.
I would want to keep somebody around who, if we got along so well and we're already looking out for each other.
Yeah.
I don't need a piece of paper once the program's done.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
sweet.
a lot of them still maintain contact. They become friends, so
Cool.
Yep.
So in front of us, you were sweet enough to bring some of your flyers that people would see at your tables.
Yes.
And as we said briefly, like you're not in charge of all of these programs, but
Right.
This kind of gives me an idea of the array. There's the senior companion program. There's the care companion program, which is not through AmeriCorps, but that's the one you mentioned is through assisted living homes or long-term care.
Aging and long-term services, in Albuquerque. So
That's this particular program. Aging and long-term services is a program of the state, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, the care companion program is where seniors go to visit other seniors in nursing homes that may not get a lot of visitors. There's a lot of people who are in long-term care facilities, nursing homes, et cetera, that they only see like the nurses and the caregivers that take care of them every day, and some of those folks are stretched thin. So
Sure.
yeah.
And you mentioned the RSVP program.
Yes.
Retired and what?
Senior volunteer program.
Senior volunteer program. So
Yes.
some of the words overlap, but they're different programs.
Yes.
So I'd love for people to look this up, and we're going to post the link. I think we said it's cabq.gov/seniors, and there's a link specifically to volunteer. And then there's the foster grandparent program. Can you tell me how adorable this is?
This is great. So this is something, before I even started with AmeriCorps Seniors, working in APS, I knew about the foster grandparent program because we had foster grandparents that were in the classrooms.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so I was with APS from 2007 to 2018. Yes, thank you. And I still remember some of the grandpas and grandmas that were there, and they just provide, a softer presence. They help children with tasks one-on-one. They're just
mentoring, tutoring,
a good role model for the students. And I know they have stations in YDI, different places too. So it's not just APS. But it's good to have solid role models.
the multi-generational relationships.
Yes,
are
exactly.
So important.
I agree. I agree. I witnessed the difference that they made in the students' lives, the ones that I worked with.
Right.
So
That's
yes.
sweet. Let's see. So in our limited time left, maybe I don't look at this for a second. Maybe you tell me what's on your mind these days about your program or your life. What is generating some energy for you positively?
I'm really encouraged in my program with seeing how much our volunteers do and connect, and the impact that they make in the lives of their clients and the stations that they work at, such as Frank. They really loved him there. The staff and the clients that were there.
He was at Share Your Care at
Bear Canyon
Senior Center.
Correct.
For a long
Yes.
time.
Yes.
And we'll remain with Bear Canyon, but in a different capacity.
He's actually going to be moving on to the Care Companion program.
Oh, okay.
He
okay,
is.
good.
Yeah, shortly. So, but we're working on setting that
Transition
up for
But
him.
to your point, the impact he's made and others.
Yes, exactly. And he's very good. Like the clients there loved sitting and just talking with him, and getting someone to chat with. So he'll get to do the same thing. at the Care Companion program. We're going to set them up at one of our stations.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Just to stay on him for one more moment, our volunteer recognition program is always recorded, so people can go back and watch that awards ceremony on the YouTube page. The same actual One ABQ Media website that houses this podcast houses those other videos. And I would encourage people to go back because he spoke so sweetly about the work he does. And then the gentleman that was with him, Carl, who's a foster grandparent, also said, I believe, he gets maybe more out of it than the kids do. Yeah. He really loves his time.
Absolutely. Like anytime you volunteer, you do it to help others, but I've found even personally, you get a lot out yourself. You learn things. I learn things from the people that I'm helping. Yeah. Like it enriches my life as much. And I think that that's what they stated, both of them, when they talked. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And I think that in the larger picture, that's why we really wanted to bring you on to talk about the larger reasons to volunteer, and specifically these unique opportunities that are found through the One ABQ Volunteers website. People can sign up directly that way outside of the companion program, which is a separate application because of the AmeriCorps piece, but it's managed similarly to the other senior affairs programs. Anyway, that's so like mushy. What else is going on for you? Do you do stuff outside of work?
I do.
I imagine.
I love to be outside. I like to go hiking.
Do you know how often I get that answer? Is it because we're in New Mexico? Tell me more.
I love our state. I love the atmosphere, not atmosphere. The weather. I love the weather here, except for right now when it's like 100 degrees outside and there's hot wind blowing in your face. Yeah. But I love our climate here, and it's ripe for being outside.
And you've been a lot of places.
Yes. I've lived in 9 different states. Yeah. So, and by the time my Air Force brat time was over, this is where I picked. I go hiking, I go fishing. Yeah. Sometimes I love to just spend time with friends, and we'll go to, tonight I'm going to see Toy Story 5, with some friends.
Yeah, is that the drive-in?
No. It's $5 movie night at Century Rio. So we're going to see that. But I love spending time with friends. I'm a proud auntie. Yeah. My sister and her husband have 3 littles here, and I like going and spending time with them. I'll take them to the park. Just do fun things with them. Yeah. So
there's no shortage.
No. So, but there's a lot of things to do here, just a lot of things to see and do in this beautiful state. And I'm just happy to be here. Yeah.
So. We're happy to have you too. And maybe we can do an outdoor day together or something, like a walk in the bosque and then ice cream or something.
Oh, absolutely. Or an Isotopes game. I love. I spend probably too much time at the Isotopes. Really? Oh, yeah. I love baseball.
I have a thing for Orbit, so I'll be right there with you.
Hey, there's Orbit's having his birthday.
See?
On Friday night, and there's an Orbit hat night.
Hold on.
On Friday.
Sorry.
It's a giveaway.
Oh, I'm going to be out of town, but I'll live vicariously that day.
Yes, but I'm always happy to take friends to the Isotopes games. I need more baseball buddies.
Yeah. Well, and I need more soccer buddies, so you can come.
I go to the United games too.
Good.
Yeah, I think I've run into you there before.
Again, like with Albuquerque, there's no shortage of things, and just bring a hat. You'll be fine.
Yeah, just wear some sunscreen, bring a hat.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're talking about getting people recruited for the work. That's easy enough for us to do. We'll be sharing, as usual. Actually, we'll share on socials and promote the website. And but I wonder if you can maybe leave us with. This is an out of the blue question. Ready?
I'll try to be.
Can you give me 3 values that you think your work is centered in, and what you're most excited about for the summer?
What am I? Okay, 3 values. Let's see. Give me some.
Any creative words that you feel like when I remember there was some sort of journal prompt where they say, how do you want to feel at the end of the day? And so you write your words at the beginning of the day, and sort of your activities are based off of ensuring that those feelings occur.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
service,
Yes.
community,
Yes.
etc.
Fulfilled, accomplished, fulfilled, accomplished, and full. Happiness. And what was the last? You said there was one more.
What are you excited about for the summer?
What am I excited?
Since we're on day 3 of summer. or day 4.
Are you sure? It's been hot, really hot, like longer. I know it's like meteorological summer just started 3 days ago, but it feels like it started 2 months ago. Most excited for the summer. Oh, just more of those summer activities, like spending time with family and friends outdoors. My favorite thing is, our Albuquerque summer evenings when it cools off and you can go out. I can take my nieces and nephews to the park.
Yeah.
I can go to an Isotopes or a United game. I think my parents are coming to visit sometime this summer, if not in the fall, but just I like being around people. so
I couldn't tell.
very extroverted. But so what I look forward to the most is spending time with the people I love and care about, and like the people I work with. So, yeah.
Good. Well, I'm not worried about you having a great summer then, because good people, good environment,
Yes.
and good work. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Really. I would love for people just to take a moment to think about the seniors in their lives, older adults, really. Do they already have multi-generational relationships? Do they want to build more? Do they want to learn more from these incredible mentors?
Yeah.
And where they might fit into your programs.
Right.
And reach out to you. Could they do that?
Yes, absolutely. You can look it up on our website, cabq.gov/seniors. And then they can call 764-1007 for the Senior Companion Program.
Yeah.
So, if they give us a call, reach out. On the website has my email address on there too. So I'd be happy to talk to anybody who's interested.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We'll reiterate the phone number.
And they do have to be, for the Senior Companion Program, there is the age like 55 and over for us. Yeah. So.
And others, it varies depending on the program.
Right. So RSVP, FGP, and Senior Companion Program, SCP, all 55 and older.
Yeah.
VIA is the only one it's 14 and over, I believe. So,
and people can hearken back to 2 podcasts ago when we interviewed Nikki Pioni, who is a deputy director over at Senior Affairs, and she spoke briefly about both of those.
Yes.
So, I would say, I just want to, I guess, highlight the fact that I think you're in the right spot again, because I really do feel like your purpose is being served. You feel full because you are serving others, and I know that they appreciate you.
Thank you. Yes, I enjoy it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, unless you have last thoughts.
No, I think that's it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure, Jenna.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks to everybody else who listened, and we hope that you come back for another ABQ Accent.